and welcome back to another Motogp 24 video. Today we've received our second patch in 2 weeks. Now this time, another really exciting one. I'm going to just run you quickly through which versions each platform has gotten. So PS4 0.105 is the version you'll be on now. PS5 is 1.005.000. Xbox Series X and Steam is 1.0.0.8. So they're all the current versions of the game that you should be on now if you have this update installed. And the log, I suppose, goes as follows. The riders and bikes of the Moto 2 class has been updated to the latest changes of the current season. Riders and bikes of the Moto 3 class have been changed and updated to the latest changes of the current season. Them are the two biggest things for me. Skills as a rider of every category has been updated to better match real-life championships. So, for example, I'd imagine Joe Roberts in Moto 2 has a nice speed increase, and we'll say in Moto 3, who could we say? It's maybe Colin Vire, maybe closer to the front, someone who's been on it all season. I think again Alonso's already pretty quick, so I don't think he's received anything. And yeah, so fix the problem with rider suits in podium cutscenes. To be perfectly honest, I haven't noticed that myself. Most circuits have been updated to the 2024 sponsor layout, so that'd be good to see. No more of the MotoGP 24 banner everywhere. Minor fixes to the AI on Lusail and Chang, and some other minor fixes. Now they don't go into the minor fixes, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, because a lot of times lots of things change in there and they don't tell you, and actually really affects the gameplay. So we are going to jump in now in a second, have a quick look through some of the Moto 2 bikes, Moto 3 bikes, just see the custom rider teams. Really just want to see deliveries, and I'm going to again do the same as I did a week ago and do a couple laps and see if the physics have been altered at all. So let's jump into the liveries. So we are starting here with the factory bikes in Moto, well, the factory teams, shall we say, in Moto 2. So now we have a slightly nicer version of the IO. We have the Mark VDS, again, not massively changed. Leathers, if anything, have changed more, but that there's a lot less of their maroon color. The speed of delivery, that is the Qatar one, so that's not actually currently right still. That's a little bit outdated, unfortunately. We have the CF Moto, so Jixon and teammate Aizen Guevara's bike. Finally have empty helmets, which actually is a nice livery in game. We had this weird black livery for a while on the Team Asia. Again, minor changes. Again, minor changes to the VR46. Fantech, again, is one of the ones that have changed massively, and that actually looks better in game. I think my number looks better than Canet's. I think it actually fills out that livery a bit better. Grassini, again, pretty basic. Italtrans, to be honest, right? Let's get a little photo mode of this. And don't worry, there'll be no carbon fiber in this one, even though there's like carbon fiber wrap on that. I'm not going to pretend like I remember how to use this editor thing, but most of that livery is pretty banging. I love the kind of gradient into blue, and the way at the front there has a bit of a pearlescent kind of effect to it. That is pretty cool. Now, I will admit I will be going back and doing a season in Moto 3 and Moto 2. So again, the RW and the OnlyFans American Racing Team. So RW again is pretty basic, actually a bit nicer this year. I like the RW Racing one a bit better this year. Liqui Molly Husqvarna, it's been pretty like that for a few years now. Pertamina Mandalika Gas Up, not one of my favorites, to be brutally honest. Unfortunately as well, it's one of those you don't really see many times on the grid. And one I do actually quite like, and it just screams to me of the Leopard, but it's actually Clint Forward Factory Racing. Another livery you only ever see when the unfortunate rider, Xavi Artigas or such, has crashed it, but it's actually a pretty decent looking livery, I must say. So that is everyone for Moto 2. Let's jump into the lightweight Moto 3. So from the Clint in Moto 2 to the Leopard of Moto 3, you can see how they are quite similar in colour. Again, Husqvarna hasn't really changed. CF Moto now has the right colours. That's actually one of the better liveries on the Moto 3 class in my eyes. Again, the ones that have crossover from Moto 3 and Moto 2, like the livery from, for example, this on the Moto 2 bike and the Moto 3 bike is very similar. Same with the IO. They have that kind of green at the front of the Moto X one. The same on the Moto 2 bike. Rubber Gas, one of my favourite liveries. I really like that. So maybe we might use this in the seasons we do. MTA, which is now called Level Up. That's probably just the main sponsor. It's the average. Empty helmets, for some reason, not as nice looking in Moto 3. It looks better on the bigger bike. Not really sure why. The BOE Motorsports, that is a pretty decent one. I do like that because it's nice, bright, colourful. The Squadra Corsa 658, that's pretty much standard for years. Same with the Honda 8, is kind of one of those ones you just expect to see. Snipers have changed a lot this year, and I must say I actually really like that, because if we go back a couple of years, they had the kind of really fluorescent purple colours, and it was quite nice, but that yellow was something different. Screams Da Vinci also to me for some reason. CIP colour, that's actually not as nice as it used to be. The Interwetten does not really suit the bike at all, really. It actually reminds me now, right, of when you play in the older games and you get these like random teams like DHL Honda, and you have these stupidly big decals up the side of it. But yeah, not a massive fan of that. But again, I think this is the oh, get out of the way of me. Is this do they have like the updated fairings? They seemingly have, like, see the way there's like you can just see through there. It's a bit of a like a double scoop airing kind of fairing. They have the little pins in there. I should probably just change the aperture. Yeah, that is. Oh look. Oh no, it's not carbon fiber. Got all excited. And again, it looks looking WP. Doesn't really focus on that. That's pretty cool. You can see a lot of the good stuff up in there. But the KTMs this year are pretty tricked out. Not much else to see. A lot of these liveries. You just see as well, if you look there, just focus, just a bit of a slight drop in the front fairing. It gets like a flat surface. I wonder if that for some sort of aero balance. And you can see, you just see it there, the way my number kind of jerks in the middle of the screen, the way it's kind of flattens out. But anyway, that is pretty much. I think we have one more. Yeah, and then we have MLAV, which looks worse for some reason. It looks like it's not finished, to be brutally honest. The MLAV up the side of it. I like the idea of having the white with kind of grey, but it just doesn't really work in game. But yeah, that is it. We're going to do a couple laps now. I am going to go straight into GP class, because personally I haven't played the Moto 2 and Moto 3 recently, so I could be basically speaking out of turn saying they feel different. So I'm going to grab a bike, go to track, and just do a few laps. Again, if nothing's changed, you'll hear nothing from me. I'm just going to do 1 or 2 laps, just kind of installation laps. If the game feels totally different, I'll show it and I'll tell you, but maybe this could be pretty much the end of the video. But anyway, let's jump into it. So I did a lap or two, absolutely zero difference. To be honest, I don't feel anything. The reason I do these little laps is just to see if there's anything in game in the gameplay that has changed, any of the overlays, for example, and stuff like that, and just some of the icons, but nothing I can see in the game from the quick play around in time trial. A big part of it as well is just years gone by have been burnt by Milestone putting out upgrades to the game and updates, and they say whatever they've changed, then they say nothing about the stuff they've changed behind the scenes, and in the game is outrageously different. So I'm going to keep doing these update videos, because I feel like we're going to eventually find a smoking gun where they do it, because nearly every year they'll keep the game pretty much standard from launch for a couple of updates, and then they'll throw in a little sprinkle of Milestone, and the game drastically changes. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope you have enjoyed. It's great to see that we have the Moto 3 and Moto 2 liveries now up to date. Let me know in the comments down below if I do a Moto 2 and Moto 3 season, when I do a Moto 2 and Moto 3 season. Do you want me to ride as my own rider, as in like a championship mode, or do you want to see like a kind of road to glory? I could maybe go Joe Roberts in Moto 2 and like Holgado in Moto 3 or something. Let me know what you'd like to see, and also if you want me to play as a rider, suggest what rider. And yeah, that'll be all for today. Hope you have enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll leave you until next time. Yeah, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. Slán go fóill.